Yo guys, welcome back to another karting video. This time we're at Teamsport Warrington for the Warrington Sprint Cup. This was a charity race for the Aid of Mind, I'm pretty sure it was. So it was all for fun anyway. Good charity. Much appreciated to actually go to this. But yeah. The format of this event was I think it was like 5-minute practice, then like a 5-minute qualifying, followed by 4 heats. But heat 2 and heat 4 was a reverse grid of the finishing positions of heat 1 and 3, if you get me. And then it went into a semi-final and then a grand final. But in the semi-final, I think you needed to place like top 6, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is heat 2, because I forgot to put my GoPro on for qualifying and heat 1. So this is actually the reverse grid, where I finished in about, what was it, I think 8th. But it was just carnage all throughout the night, I'm not even gonna lie. The event itself was good format and everything personally, but there was too much inexperience in the field, and I don't know, that everyone seemed to go for like half-hearted moves, which caused a lot of red flags and yellow flags. But yeah, it's one of them. But no, I had decent amount of fun until the final. I got a bit screwed over with my car, but apart from that, it was alright, the event. Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm gonna shout out some of my new sponsors, because I've got some new sponsors now. Demon Tweaks are gonna be returning for this year. Big thank you to them. And then 2 new sponsors in the form of M.hindle exterior cleaning. Big thank you to him for sponsoring me and becoming one of my partners. He does everything exterior, like cleans everything exterior. I would highly recommend it. Like he is one of the best in the game, I would say, if not the best. But no, massive shout out to him. He's absolutely smashing it at the minute. And also Holdsworth Vehicle Detailing, which is, funnily enough, my own business. I'm just starting it up. It's a vehicle detailing business, as it says in the name. But I'm based in Preston, which is like up in the north. Not north, but it's around Manchester and that. But yeah, if you don't mind, go check all 3 of our Instagrams out. Be much appreciated, as I'll let you watch the rest of this heat. Not much happens, I don't think. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you like and subscribe. Means loads to me. But yeah, I'll let you go, and I'll come back to you at the end of this race. So heat 2 wasn't the best. I got stuck behind P3 there. As you've seen, the car just didn't have any power to overtake. But heat 3 now, get a good start. Someone's car doesn't go. I think that was at Lucas Steele. I spoke to him a bit. He was actually sound, not even gonna lie. But yeah, with these starts, you just gotta survive. Really, you just gotta survive. You can't. If you make up, you make up. But you try not to lose any and just survive. But yeah, I forgot to mention about heat 1 and qualifying. Qualifying, I think I started I finished 10th, so I started heat 1 in, I think it was 10th, and then what am I on about? Heat 1, during heat 1, I couldn't really do anything. I just sort of survived, and then that's why I made it up into 8th, and then 8th again for the reverse, because there were 16 people, so reverse, it was just 8th again, so mid-pack, and then yeah, but and now we're on to heat 3. Sorry, I was all over the place. But yeah, as I'm making loads of mistakes here, I just couldn't, you know what it was, I didn't have any confidence in the rear end of these cars. I don't know if it was just me, but I wasn't enjoying driving them. The carts was just awful tonight. I felt like I was embarrassing myself because I couldn't drive the way I wanted to drive, which is annoying, but somehow I managed. But yeah, like I said, to be honest, most of it's just trying to survive. Like, look what is actually going on in front of me. Like, it's just surviving really. But yeah, I'll let you go watch the rest of heat 3 and I'll come back to you for heat 4. So, heat 3 done. To be honest, heat 3 was mainly just a damage limitation race, just due to the start being so awful. But here I think we're starting 8th, if I'm right, yeah, 8th. The guy in 7th actually doesn't get away. There was a bit of a problem with that throughout the night. Some people weren't getting away on the starts, which is a bit annoying, but it didn't happen to me, so I'm not overly fussed. But up into P5 already, a pretty good start, and then a yellow flag, so There was a lot of them, to be honest. It was every race. You had at least guaranteed one red flag, but got two very quick people behind me now. I think I signalled let's work forward, but I don't know if this kart was up for it, to be honest. This kart didn't seem the best, as this guy actually lets me through, thankfully, but as you can see they're already going for gaps, so I didn't really have any pace throughout all the night, to be honest, but yeah, I'll let you watch the rest of Heat 4, and I might cut in, because I think there's one little battle, or that I put someone in a wall by accident, but they weren't giving penalties either. That's another thing, they weren't giving the penalties, because I didn't even get a penalty for what happens later on in this race, which is a bit annoying, but at the same time it's benefited me. So, but yeah, I'll let you go watch this now, and I'll come back to you when there's a bit of a battle. So that wasn't the politest of things to do, but as we watch a little replay now, he sort of, I sort of just nudge him into the barrier, but I don't know if it was fully my fault, but I didn't get a penalty for it, so I mean, mustn't have been my fault, but no, they weren't giving penalties. But no, as we go back to green, I'm pretty sure this is a little fight with Lucas Steele. Go watch his part, like his view on his channel. That's a pretty good video, I watched it as well. But as we keep it side by side, it's close between us two. I try hang it around the outside, but he sort of closes the door off. Well done. And yeah, to be honest, I weren't that far off the pace in this race, now that I think about it. Because Lucas Steele, he was a front runner in this event, I'm not gonna lie, he was a front runner. But as you can see, upstairs, I'm actually on pace, if not slightly faster. So that's a good thing. But as we get down here, it's like he's in a rocket ship, honestly. Where has he gone? He's in a different postcode at that point. But no, it's this first sector where I'm messing up, and I don't know how. It seems like my lines are solid, except that final corner coming onto straight. It seems like they're solid, but clearly I'm losing time. I don't know where. I think it's on boost, but I'm not too sure. But everywhere else, I'm sticking with him. If not, I'm going slightly faster than him in different areas. But that straight line speed he has compared to me, just let him pull away, and that's it for Heat 4. It was a solid race. Made up a good couple positions. Now on to Heat 5. Well, no, not Heat. Semi-final 1. As you can see, Jake Davison in front of me. Not him. That's his twin. Jake Anders and Jake Davison. The two Jakes going at it. But Jake Anders, he sort of nudges Jake Davison, my friend. He sort of nudges him and puts him into a spin. Was it a penalty? If they were giving them, possibly it would have been a penalty, but they weren't giving them, so it was a shame. But yeah, and it's one of them. Put me up into P3 though, love that. And to be honest, I'm just gonna, I stayed here for the whole race, to be honest. Nothing happened except me trying to keep with Jake, Mr. Anders. To be honest, I actually kept with him, you know. Say he's a local, well, he used to be a proper local around here. I kept with him, didn't do too bad, but my GoPro actually dies mid-race, so that's a bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, couldn't do much about that, but I'm just gonna let you watch the rest of this. I think it's only like a lap or two, and then it's on to the grand final where I'll see you again. So that was semi-final done, P3, and to be honest, I actually quite like that car. That car was pretty good for me. I gelled with it. Obviously, weren't the best car. Obviously, didn't get fastest that time, but no. To be honest, it would have been a fucking good lap to get fastest lap with Jake Anders and the actual overall winner in that semi-final. But on to the final now. Solid start. Didn't make any positions up, but just get left out to dry and then get put into a barrier. And this is what I mean by no one got a penalty for anything. That should have been a penalty, I'm sorry. You could argue it is a racing incident, but mate, come on. I got fully just shoved into a barrier then. The only thing I could have done was brake, but jeez, yeah. So recovery drive now. There is 12 people. I mean, bloody hell, top 16. I'm the last. Dead last here. See if I can make up any positions. Not gonna lie though, this car in the early stage of the race had a lot of pace. It's just I couldn't do anything with the pace, which is a bit annoying. As I go around the outside there, slightly too much, but I managed to make it work. Don't seem too many moves through there, and then that was basically the whole grand final. But no, thanks for watching. Please go like and subscribe once again, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, bye.
right, I got spun off. First corner, it was like...
It's always you.
I know, I don't know how. I don't know how. What? I know. I can't help it.